Hello, welcome to today's video. If you haven't already, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Videos will be daily from now on. So if there's anything in particular you'd like to go over, then give a subscribe, comment below, let me know. So in the world of fighting, we often talk about strength, speed, technique, but none of them actually matter without the right mindset. Now, a fighter's mentality is the most important and most powerful weapon, and it determines whether they can stay consistent, push through adversity, or pretty much crumble under pressure. So today we'll explore 10 crucial mindset principles that can help any fighter maximize their training and take their performance to the next level. Now, this isn't particular the just competition focused. This is just training focused. So for any level, even if you've not competed yet. So discipline over motivation. Now, discipline trumps motivation every single time. Now, while motivation can get you through a workout here and there, it's like gets you off the bed initially. It's discipline that gets you to show up day after day, regardless of how you feel. Because, yeah, motivation wanes and waves and goes away, which discipline needs to be there consistently. So when you think fighters like Floyd Mayweather, he was known for his intense and meticulous training. He used to train late at night. He trains even when he doesn't feel like it, even when he doesn't have a fight, even to this day, still trains daily and is in amazing shape. It's because he knows discipline leads to results. That's why he's undefeated. His commitment to training was consistent and not reliant upon like fleeting motivation. So, what you need to do with this step is build a schedule that works around your daily routine and stick to it no matter what. Discipline is built through repetition, not relying on external inspiration. So, you need to treat this like a training session. Every time you don't want to go to the gym, but you go to the gym, you get a little bit stronger mentally and build a little bit more discipline. Principle number 2, growth mindset. So fighters with a growth mindset believe their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Instead of viewing failure as a dead end, they see it as part of the learning process. So a great example of this is George St. Pierre. After losing to Matt Serra in 2007, George didn't see the loss as a setback. Instead, he used it as fuel to evolve his game, and he worked on his weaknesses and came back stronger to reclaim his title. His mindset was growth focused. He didn't dwell on the defeat. He saw it as an opportunity to improve. Now, after each fight, or in particular for this particular training session, after each training session, ask yourself, what did I learn today and how can I improve tomorrow? Focus your mindset more on how you can get better and what you can improve rather than how did I do? Who beat me up? Fuck that off. Adopt this mindset and keep yourself open to learning, and progress will come much faster. Focus on improvement, not being perfect. Principle number 3, mental toughness. So mental toughness is about pushing your body like to a point where your mind wants to give up. It's the ability to endure hardship, pain, and fatigue in the pursuit of a goal. And there's times when everyone wants to kind of stop because of a bit of pain. You think you're injured when you're not really injured. It's just an owie. Nate Diaz is a great example of this. He's a fighter renowned for his mental toughness. Even when he's been in difficult situations during a fight, bleeding, exhausted, or outmatched, Diaz keeps going. He has an iron will. He has that toughness that makes him look dangerous, even when things look grim. Now, how to incorporate this into your training is incorporate challenging drills to make your training harder, that test your mental toughness. For example, finish a hard sparring with conditioning drills that push you beyond what you think you're capable of. Teach your mind to endure what your body wants to quit. Again, that should be up to your coach. However, you can implement this yourself if you're not getting that from your training. At the end of a conditioning session, pushing yourself past your previous limits from your previous session. Principle number 4, emotional control. Fighters need to master their emotions, especially during intense moments in both training and competition. Emotional control allows you to stay calm and execute your strategy. The problem is a lot of fighters do not execute their strategy, get emotional, and lose. Anderson Silva is a great example of this. Staying calm under pressure, even in chaotic situations. In his prime, he didn't let emotions ever dictate his moves. Instead, he would calmly wait for openings and make strategic choices. This emotional balance allowed him to dominate in his weight class. A great example of that is his fight against Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen got in his head loads, tried riling him up. Chael Sonnen beat the fuck out of Anderson Silva for like 4 rounds, 5 rounds. I can't remember. And then Anderson caught a triangle because he was relaxed and calm. So, incorporate some mindfulness techniques or breathing exercises into your routine. Before a fight or stressful training session, practice deep breathing to center yourself. This will calm your nervous system, keep you composed, keep you mindful. A great app for this is an app called State, State, which is a breathing app. Principle number five, visualization. So visualization primes the brain for success. It involves mentally rehearsing scenarios, techniques, outcomes. It can improve performance in real situations. A lot of famous athletes do this. In fact, I'd make a guess that 99% of top athletes do this. Muhammad Ali was famous for his visualization. He often visualized himself winning before fights and seeing every detail of his performance. This mental rehearsal made him more confident and calm in the actual fight. And by the way, you can visualize the bad scenarios and overcoming them as well. It's not just about going into a fight and expecting it to be perfect and one-sided, because that's delusional. Visualize yourself getting taken down and getting back up again and still winning the round. So I want you to spend 5 to 10 minutes each day. Visualize your training or your upcoming fight. Picture yourself executing the techniques perfectly, overcoming challenges, and winning. Visualization techniques will and winning. Visualization will strengthen your focus and belief in your own capabilities. Okay, so patience and long-term perspective is number 6. So, great fighters understand that building skills takes time, and when you're starting, you're going to be quite in a rush to get as good as possible and fight as soon as possible. I made this mistake myself. So, patience just prevents burnout. It helps fighters stay committed in the process, even when progress seems slow. You've got to play the long game when you're fighting. So, a great example of this is Israel Adesanya. So, I've got the cold, so I'm sniffing. Israel Adesanya is a good example. So he didn't rush into MMA. He spent years honing his kickboxing and striking skills before transitioning to MMA. His patience paid off and he became UFC champion. Now, that's in a relatively short time as well because his foundation was so strong. Now, I'm not saying you need to narrow down in kickboxing or become a wrestler for the next 10 years, but you do need to set long-term goals. So a practical tip is setting long-term goals, but breaking down into small, manageable steps. Focusing on improving 1% each day rather than expecting rapid results. A long-term approach will help you keep motivated and avoid frustration. So don't be rushing into shit. Number 7, adaptability. So this allows fighters to adjust their strategy or technique based upon the opponent or situation. In fights, circumstances can change in an instant, and rigid fighters that have a drill mentality or a 1-2 static mentality, a linear mentality, often lose because they can't adapt. You've got to be able to adapt. So a perfect example of this is Fedor Emelianenko, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. He was known for his ability to adapt mid-fight, whether he was striking or grappling. He could completely switch strategies. It made him unpredictable and dangerous. So I want you during training to ask your coaches to create unpredictable drills or sparring scenarios that force you to think on your feet. Don't be afraid to put yourself in an unpredictable scenario. Like, say you're better someone's better grappling on you. Don't be afraid to grapple with them. Don't be afraid to change your game plan mid-spar. This will prepare you to adapt when things don't go to the plan when in an actual fight, which is inevitable. So self-reflection is number 8. And this will help fighters assess their strengths, weaknesses, both in fighting and competition. Fighters who reflect on their performance can make actual targeted improvements. If you're not reflecting, if you're not seeing what you did right and wrong, you're never going to adapt and improve. So fighters like John Jones are a great example. He rewatches his fights and training footage multiple times. He analyzes every detail to find areas to improve. And this reflective approach is one reason why John Jones has stayed on top of the game for so long. He'll watch sparring footage, he'll watch training footage, and you should too. So after each training session, take a few minutes to reflect on what went well, what could be improved. Keep a training journal, write down what went wrong, what went right, and progress and identify your patterns in your performance. It doesn't need to be recorded, but it does need to be wrote down and reflect upon it. So focus on the process, not the outcome. And I alluded to this a little bit earlier. Fighters who focus solely on winning can lose sight of the small daily improvements that can lead to long-term success. So you want to focus on the process around outcomes. That will ensure consistent growth. Because you can't, there's no point focusing on becoming UFC world champion if you haven't even had a fight yet. What's the process to be there? Okay, well, I can train twice a day. Great, fantastic. That's you focusing on the process. And your goal should be just doing that every single fucking day. So Kobe Bryant is a great example of this. Although a basketball player, he did embody this mindset and he loved training even more than playing games. He consistently was seeking ways to improve, and this attitude is mirrored by great fighters who love the grind and the daily challenge of getting better. It should be your life to get better. So a practical tip for this is set process-oriented goals like improving your footwork or defense each session rather than just thinking about winning the next spar, or winning the next round, or winning the next fight. You want to fall in love with getting better each day. Finally, 10 is confidence, not ego. So confidence is believing in your ability through preparation. Ego, on the other hand, can blind fighters to their weaknesses and make them arrogant, leading to poor decisions. So, to give you an example of this is Khabib Nurmagomedov. He's an excellent example of a fighter with immense confidence, but without an overinflated ego. He believes in his abilities, but he listens to his coaches and continues to learn and improve daily. His humility, has kept him grounded, and his confidence has made him one of the most feared fighters in the world. So you can understand the difference between confidence and ego. So you want to build your confidence through preparation. You want to ensure that you train consistently. Don't take long breaks. Don't take a fucking week off after a fight. Fully prepare for your fights, but always stay humble and open to feedback because ego can be your downfall, but confidence will lift you up. So pretty much that's the end of today's educational. Mindset isn't just one aspect of fighting, it's the foundation. Well, there's discipline, mental toughness, emotional control. These principles will elevate your training and performance. So remember, your mind is your strongest weapon. You've got to sharpen it through practice and reflection. And it will lead to victory, both in and out of the ring. It'll lead to victory. And if you want more daily videos like this, hit subscribe, give it a like, and give it a comment.